Yo, what's going on, guys? It's TREETIME, and we're back with another beat breakdown / tutorial video. I know it's been a while. It's been around 2 months now since I've dropped one of these. I've just been busy with a lot of stuff. You know, I work a full-time job. I do music stuff on the side. It's my side hustle. So when I'm not working, I'm doing music, uploading to my YouTube. So I really don't have too much time to record. Honestly, it's just laziness. But yeah, you guys have been blowing me up about doing another one of these. You guys seem to enjoy the first one. I decided, hey, why not? Let's do it. And yeah, you guys were requesting the Skrilla beat. It seemed like when I asked, at least, everybody was like, hey, do Skrilla. I don't really have anything to plug for my channel. Just subscribe, like, comment. It all helps a ton with the algorithm. Yeah, and just let me know if you like these videos, if you want more in the future. I plan on getting like a face cam, do better editing. Because this just takes a lot more time than making a beat and uploading it to YouTube. So just really let me know that you guys enjoy this kind of stuff. But here's a little snippet of the beat. You guys probably already heard it because you guys are requesting it. But for the people that haven't heard it, this is what the beat sounds like. You get the idea. There's some switch ups in the beat, and I'll show you that later in more detail once we get into it. The first thing that I usually start out with when it comes to beats is the sample or the melody, and in this case, it's a sample. So it's at 120 BPM. Here's what the original sample sounds like. I hear that and it's dope, but I want to make it my own. You know, I don't really want to just loop that. Personally, the second half kind of stood out to me. There's kind of more going on. But anyways, the first step here is to get this to my BPM that I'm working in, which is 130. The original was 120. That's fine, but I kind of wanted it to be a little bit faster. Like I talked about in the last video, ASAP Rocky, ASAP Ferg beats, you can be at 120, you could be at 125, but just wanted to work at 130. So I just stretched this to the time. And like I said, I just wanted that second half. So I copied that over. Make sure you're on E3 generic so the pitching stays the same. Now we have this. I think it's still a little bit too fast. So what I did is I just threw halftime on that, 1/4. That's how you really get the bounce, is 1/4 halftime. I do that a lot on my samples. And I just cut the lows, cut a little bit of highs just to give it that vintage vibe. But now we have this. And then I heard that, and I think it's a little bit too low. Not volume-wise, but pitch-wise, essentially. So what I did was I ended up pitching this up 500 cents. And that's equivalent to 5 semitones. And this was just really experimenting. Like I tried probably 300 cents or 3 semitones, and I wasn't a big fan of it. But another thing that's crucial is I have this Gtune on here just to kind of try to figure out the key of this sample. So let's take a look at that. I'm just looking at the notes it's playing when I play it here. I'm seeing G sharp, I'm seeing D, G, and C. So that's telling me it's at C minor. That's why I ended up pitching it up, I think, mainly to get a higher pitch and to get it into that C minor scale, which is kind of what I was looking for. That's really it with the sample, guys. The only other thing that I did was I threw it into Slicex. That's just to give it more bounce. There's no difference here at all. It's that same sample that I have in the playlist. Yeah, I just raised up the attack and raised up the decay. So it's the same exact sample. I just threw it into Slicex just to give it a little bit more bounce. Super simple, guys. It's a 4-bar loop and it just repeats. That's really it. I thought that was too repetitive, would get boring throughout the beat. Just copied that Slicex over and I just literally dropped it down a whole octave. So then you get this. that's really it for the melody, guys. I have a high melody and I have a low melody, and I kind of just go back and forth between those. As you can see in track 1 of my playlist, I have 6 different drum patterns, but a lot of that's just changing up the drums and switching back and forth between that low melody and that high melody. And that's really it. So for the intro and another part like the bridge, this is the drums for that. So yeah, you get the point. And then I cut off this last bar for like a drum fill, and then snare. Then the hi-hat's just a 2-step hi-hat pattern, guys. And then the kick gives it some more bounce here. As you can see, the kick's not hitting every time the bass is hitting. That's giving it a little bit more bounce. What's crucial with A$AP Rocky beats is the percussion. So hi-hats, kicks, drums, snare, all pretty simple, where you get that bounce and the rhythm is with these other percussion. So open hat, triangle, and I have this scratch effect. And I'm using 2 different hi-hats here, so let's listen to that. And then the only other thing here is the triangle and the scratch effect. And then pattern 6 here is just playing the melody. Simple enough. Okay, so let's take a look at pattern 3. Really, the only thing that changes here is the bass and the melody. I lower the melody down, so then I lower the bass down. So before it was playing at G, right? Now it's just staying at C, and that's it. So let's listen to that. Also bring in this offbeat melody, so let's listen to that. I found this in a one-shot kit or something, so just this very simple lead. Just sounds kind of dirty, you know what I mean? I pitched it up to be at G, so the 5th of the scale again, so it's still in C minor, so that's the only other thing I add there. So then we go into pattern 2. Not much changes there, guys. I just get rid of that offbeat melody. And then pattern 5 here, I get rid of everything except it's just 808 and melody. And then it just rinse and repeat. So I bring back the intro just without the reverb for the bridge. Then I bring back 3 for the hook with the same offbeat melody. And then I bring back pattern 2, which is the same thing just without the offbeat melody. And then I bring pattern 5 back, which is what I just showed you, high melody with the just the bass. And then I bring in this pattern 4 for the outro. Really, I don't know what's different about that. Not much. I think I just get, I get rid of the kick, but it's still that low bass melody and the low sample. The other shit that I added is this vocal chop. I think I chopped off that first reel because I didn't like the double hit. And then we just get this. For the intro, you know, with just the melody, I added this hi-hat loop. Yep. And then I have this tom kind of roll that plays on the end of an 8-bar loop sometimes, not every time. And then I have this razor or riser, whatever the hell you want to call it. And then I have this gunshot hitting occasionally as well. You guys saw this in the last video with about how the vintage verb on the intro. Really, it's just simplicity, you know, but finding a way to make it sound complex. And really that comes into changing your sample every so often, like every 16 bars, changing the drum pattern. So yeah, that's it. If you enjoyed this, yeah, leave a like, subscribe, comment. It all helps. So here, I'm going to play the final beat here for you guys.